Hi guys, it's Erin and I'm here with the fifth layout with my Use It Up number 7 kit. I took 30 minutes to make this layout, which is kind of long for me, but not too bad. You'll see why. It's because I ended up hemming and hawing a little bit on what I wanted to do with the papers and sorting out like how I wanted to mat things. But these first papers, I pretty much had a clear vision of what I wanted to do, so you see me cutting pretty confidently. I knew that I wanted to create layers or bars of color on this weathered background because I thought the color combination worked really well with these photos. And I wanted to have one focal photo at 4x6 and then the other ones at, what is it, like, it's kind of like 4x4, I think. It ended up being mostly 4x4. Mike takes a lot of landscape photos, and while they work for landscape photos, I don't necessarily need to show all of the stuff when I'm scrapbooking to get the point across. So I thought I would cut off some of the sky and some of the edges of the photos to make it nice and square. You see, I know how I want to lay everything out, but when I put it against the blue, there's so much blue in the sky that I need to mat the photos. And I had taken out this orange originally for an accent, so I was thinking, okay, well, maybe I can mat them in green, but the bright green and the darker green didn't look good for me. That yellow, I pass it over every time. The orange was supposed to be an accent, so I thought maybe if I used a tiny bit of it, but it really doesn't work with the blue, and I just don't like how that's going. So I'm thinking, okay, what can I do? What can I do? And I can use craft. Because with the weathered wood, what you see showing is almost exactly the same color as this craft. And so it'll give a nice neutral border between the blue of the sky and the blue of that paper. Because I still wanted to use the paper because it still works really well, but I needed something to break it up and not take the focus away. So I'm just cutting down with my big tonic trimmer. And getting that in there. And then I ended up matting that, or cutting that one a bit wrong. Because when I did it, I did it off center myself. The trimmer always cuts straight, but I did it off center myself. I cut it too small. So you see me cutting down that blue mat. The funny thing about these photos is it kind of exemplifies why I scrapbook now, or why I scrapbook in general. Because I have no idea what these photos are about, like what happened during this trip, anything. I know that these are photos, like that's Salt Lake City in the distance that you can see because this is like the Great Salt Lake Basin or something. But I honestly, I have a picture of my brother-in-law who used to live in Salt Lake City with his now ex-wife, and so we had gone to visit them. I know that. I remember going there, and I remember that it was fall color because it was October. So we were driving around trying to find fall color. So in these photo sets, there's some nice fall color going on. But as far as anything, any like anecdotes, any information as to what we did that day, what else happened, I have no clue because I don't have a memory. And when I tell you these photos are only from 2008, you'll see how kind of pathetic that is. I'm going to be 32 in June 2015, so it's not like I'm, an older person and maybe my memory's going or anything like that. I just never had any. So, and, no offense to older people. I mean, my mom's like a freaking steel trap and she's 55, but the point is, like, I can't remember my own life. I actually have to, for the journaling, when you see the photos, I don't have the journaling on this yet because I haven't gotten a chance to ask Mike exactly what happened during this trip or what we were doing or, other than obviously seeing this place, which is quite pretty. I have no information, so I can't journal because I don't even know what to put. But I made this layout because I like the photos, and obviously this was a trip. So it needs a layout in my scrapbook, so I figured I would make one. But yeah, I can't journal it myself, and I I want to make sure that these older layouts get made, or older photos get made into layouts with stuff written down so I can remember my own life by looking at it, because I'm not going to be able to remember it the more time goes on. So anyway, it kind of shows the importance, or, you know, kind of why I scrapbook, because we aren't going to have kids and my scrapbooks aren't going to be passed on to generations or anything like that. I don't really care. But I would like to be able to remember my own life and my marriage and whatnot. So I have to scrapbook it. And it's good that I've been babbling this whole time, because you see me taking out the square punch and making little squares, cutting them into triangles, and then making them into chevrons for my embellishment clusters here. I put them in with some more washi. This is a weird washi. It's almost like a painter's tape instead of a regular washi. Sorry, phone call. Um, they made little die cut packets for arrows and little stickers and things that you could use. So I bought those, and I didn't use them for the Project Life stuff. I just used them on my layouts. And I think I even got this package in a Gossamer Blue kit. And I thought, well, you know, I really should use them. And I like the subtle, it's not, the pieces that I used aren't quite white. They're more of like a light cream. And I thought that I would try and get them onto a paper that is sort of light cream as well. And you see me fussing with this arrow because I can't really find the right color. Those ones are all white, and the ones I've used already are that cream color. So I'm trying to find something that'll work, and I finally get this pattern, and I like that. So then I start making the last of the layout, or the layers up there. And I'm going to add enamel dots because I always like my enamel dots. I really like these blue enamel dots because they're like they're really tall. They feel like the sugar dots that you used to eat as a kid, candy buttons. And anyway, I'm going to get the last of the dots on here, and that's going to be it. So thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.